Science and spirituality almost never agree on anything, but ask a psychologist and a spiritual healer why your dream won't stop repeating and you get the exact same answer. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what your recurring dream is trying to tell you. A recurring dream isn't about what's in it, it's about the fact that it won't close. Your mind or your spirit, depending on who you ask, is treating it like a file that keeps getting flagged for review because it was never properly filed away. There are 4 reasons that the file stays open. Meaning number 1, there is a need in you that isn't being met. Sometimes a recurring dream isn't pointing at something broken, it's pointing at something missing. Connection, autonomy, creativity, intimacy, adventure. In spiritual terms, this is your soul's request, the part of you that knows what it needs long before your waking mind admits it. The dream isn't a warning, it's a request. Attend to that request. Meaning 2, something from earlier never finished healing. This one's heavier. A recurring dream can be the echo of a core wound, something from childhood or a moment that shaped you more than you admitted, that was never fully processed. It's not still happening to you, but some part of you is still standing in it, waiting for it to be acknowledged properly. Stay with me because the next one is the part most people get wrong about themselves entirely. Meaning 3, there's a part of yourself you've been refusing to look at, and it isn't only the parts you think. This is shadow work, Carl Jung's term for the parts of yourself you've rejected, suppressed, or decided weren't acceptable. Most people assume that's only the ugly stuff. It isn't. The same trait can be light or dark depending on whether you're conscious of it. Take manipulation for example. Using this influence to move someone towards something, done consciously, in someone's actual best interest, that's persuasion, leadership, even love. Done unconsciously, denied and suppressed until it leaks out sideways, that's where it turns into something closer to a true crime case. The shadow doesn't disappear when you reject it. It just stops being yours to direct and it starts controlling you instead. If your recurring dream feels uncomfortable in a way you can't quite name, this is usually why. It's not malfunctioning, it's insisting. Meaning 4, you're rehearsing for something real, and that rehearsal could be a gift. Not every recurring dream is about the past. Some are practice, your mind replaying a threat, a confrontation, a worst case scenario over and over so you're not caught off guard when a version of it actually arrives. This sits closer to what's called a premonition, a dream that seems to foretell a specific real event before it happens, usually marked by unusual clarity and a feeling that's hard to shake on waking. Most recurring dreams aren't that literal, but they're built from the same instinct. Your spirit running the simulation in advance, not because it knows exactly what's coming, but because it senses the shape of it. Across many spiritual traditions, this rehearsal is treated as a genuine gift, not a malfunction, a practice you could be working on and not fearing. Signs are a form of divination. Take one breath and ask internally, what is this dream actually trying to tell me? Then look at the 4 symbols below and notice which one you're drawn to. Have you picked the symbol? If you picked the whole, you picked the open file. There is a need in you that isn't being met. Name what's missing before you name what's wrong. If you picked the plaster, you picked the old wound, something from earlier never finished healing. It doesn't need to be relieved, it just needs to be acknowledged and healed. If you pick the moon, there is a part of yourself you've been refusing to look at. And it isn't always the part you think. It's not dangerous, it's just tired of being ignored. If you pick the crystal ball, you've picked the premonition. You're preparing for something. You are receiving a premonition. It's a practice and a gift if you let it be one. If you want more signs decoded the moment they show up, subscribe. I decode a new one every week. Whichever one you picked, that's not random. That's the part of you that's been trying to get through. You're not crazy, you're just finally paying attention.